Pakistan didn't let that outside noise bother them. They came onto the field and went and did what their plans were. They have booked their place in the Super Fours. They have defeated UAE by 41 runs. Rahul Chopra getting 35 runs, but Abrar Ahmed 2 wickets, Shaheen Afridi 2, Haris Rauf 2. Pakistan will be happy with the way they played. We are back at Cricket Buzz Live. I've got Rohan and Murli Karthik with me. For them, all is well that ends well for
Absolutely.
Pakistan.
Absolutely. They've got into the Super Fours now, and they can put this day behind them.
Yes.
All the controversy, the chaos, the confusion of this day, put it behind them, and look forward to the Super Fours and just putting up performances like they did today.
And again, they'll just be really happy because there were a few hiccups for sure. The pitch wasn't the easiest when they came out to bat. The batting is something they probably will want to work on, but they'll be very happy with the way their bowlers went about things.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's about getting a result. It's about getting that W behind you. And sometimes you need to do it the hard way. Yes, they've not been absolutely perfect in the games that they have played, but it's about getting a win. Sometimes a hard-fought win is also as good as anything else. And they'll take lessons out of this. Whatever it was, as Rohan said, surrounding, coming into the day, whatever all the extraneous activities were, at the end of the day, you want to put a performance. And you also have to give credit. I'll come back to this. Sometimes we take the opposition for granted. I think the bowlers of UAE gave them a fighting chance. Just even if 18 runs hadn't gone off the last over, would they have had a chance? They're relying a lot on the openers, the UAE team. And we saw what happened. Once they went, the middle order didn't have that kind of strength to take on Pakistan and see their home through. And ultimately, the superior might of Pakistan team coming forth, and they coast home to a victory by 41 runs, which is a pretty big margin given such a short game or such a tight game.
Yes. If we have a look at that innings progression, we see exactly where Pakistan had the advantage over UAE. If we see that last 5 overs there, 17 for 5 for UAE and 53 for 4 for Pakistan. And also that I think the first 6 overs were very crucial for Pakistan.
Yeah, well, look, in the first 3, well, let's look at the last, that 17 for 5 and 53 for 4. That tells you the what Karthik was saying about how UAE depend so heavily on their openers. Because after that, when the lower order comes, you know more often than not, they're not really going to score runs, as was the case today. You look at the first 6, not much in terms of runs scored, 39 and 38, though Pakistan have a much stronger batting lineup, so they could sort of recover from that 9 for 2 to go to 67 for 2 at the end of 10 overs. UAE, on the other hand, once they lost their openers, they just couldn't find any momentum in the innings, and easy victory in the end for Pakistan.
Well, they couldn't find that momentum, and we have to give credit to the way Pakistan fielded today, because they were pretty electric in the field, which is so good to see. We saw this yesterday as well with Bangladesh, but today the run out, that catch, so I think they were just very good in the field today.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to be like that, isn't it? As you said yesterday, Bangladesh, when the writing's on the wall, when everything depends on, or when your future in the tournament depends on your performance, you see a very changed sort of a performance on the field, and that's what we saw yesterday. And even today, when players run around, the kind of enthusiasm they show, the kind of commitment they show, that this is a do-or-die situation for them. And more importantly, there would have been a massive talk. They would have definitely spoken about making the score feel a lot larger than what it was, and that comes from fielding. Sometimes when you field well, even a small score looks much bigger. And again, they have the bowling. You look at the quality that they have. Saim Ayub coming into bowl in the 6th over, bowled beautifully. Abrar bowled really nicely. At the top of the order, they have somebody like Shaheen Afridi. And maybe Mohammad Nawaz didn't have the kind of day, but maybe if he had been used somewhere else, or maybe post the 6th over, he would have looked very different. Haris Rauf is a big factor because he didn't start well, but it's about finishing well. So all in all, they'll be pretty chuffed about the way they went about it, and more importantly, getting a win against them and making sure that they qualify and go further.
Just a little bit more on the bowlers. You spoke about how everyone contributed today, but they started off really well with Shaheen Shah Afridi.
Yeah.
And that's something which is a big positive for them because he got those 2 wickets. Again, 10 dot balls there, which kind of choked the batters. But just good, so good to see him get that ball swinging around.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, if you're a Pakistan fan and a Pakistan cricket fan, what you've seen from Shaheen Shah Afridi is that over the last couple of games, he's been very handy with the bat. But what you really want him to do is bring his A game where his bowling is concerned, because that is his primary job. And with him getting the way he got the wickets, the way he bowled today, that will give him a lot of confidence. Again, you expect Pakistan to be in the Super Fours. And once you've done that, you're now thinking, okay, listen, you know what? At this stage of the tournament, in this phase of the tournament, you want all your big guns to be firing, big guns to be confident. And Shaheen Shah Afridi, after his performance today, will be very confident.
Karthik, for you, we've seen Abrar and Ayub, both of them very similar figures there, but who impressed you more today? I saw you really cheering for Syam Ayub coming, saying, why aren't you getting him on? Why aren't you getting him on? He finally came on in the 6th over, I think, and got that wicket.
Look, I would go still for Syam Ayub because there is a quiet confidence about the way he goes about his bowling. And interestingly, he's possibly one of the highest wicket takers, 6 or 7 wickets in the tournament so far. But that first wicket that he took when he got rid of the left-hander in the 6th over, the first time I saw him actually celebrating in an overt way. It was not overt, I would like to rephrase. It was actually celebrating. Otherwise, it's been quiet. He just goes about it, doesn't even bother. It's not as if he's surprised that he's taken a wicket. But somehow today, there was a bit of a jubilant sort of an expression from him, which actually says that maybe he also expected himself to bowl in the 2nd over. The fact that he was kept for that much longer, he had a point to prove. And also, sometimes when your batting isn't clicking,
you want to contribute.
You want to contribute even more. So that kind of emotion also comes out. But I've been a big fan of Syam Ayub, just the way he mixes his speeds and the kind of control he has, and also the way he disguises his bowling. I think for me, that delivery to get rid of Shubman Gill was absolutely magical, completely deceiving him in the air and off the surface. A good player, such a good player like Shubman Gill. And that's one of the reasons why maybe you saw me saying, why aren't you getting Syam Ayub? But yeah, really, I'm a big fan of Syam Ayub.
Well, for Pakistan's sake, they'll want his confidence with the ball to rub off on the bat as well, and that's what they'll be looking for. We'll have a quick look at UAE's batting because they did try to put up a fight. The openers went early, Rohan, and we know that they are the star batters in that UAE lineup, but we saw Rahul Chopra and Dhruv Parashar putting on that fight but couldn't really, take it.
Yeah, because if you have to look after Dhruv Parashar, it's 0-0-6, 1-0-2. Single digits for everyone. That's again, in a sense, a reflection of that UAE batting when you come up against top quality bowling. Against other teams and which don't have such a strong bowling lineup, you might see the lower order contributing, a bit. But against a high quality bowling lineup, they just didn't have that sort of skill set. Having said that, we've said this throughout the show that the UAE batting depends so much on their openers that sometimes you think that, if there's so much dependency on the openers, could you change the batting order?
Yes.
Could you have one of the openers opening and then the other one coming either at number 3 or number 4 just to sort of balance it out and have not your 2 main batters at the crease at the start of the innings. In case one gets out early, you got another one coming a little lower down just to sort of control the innings. Only because you're so heavily dependent on 2 players.
Maybe that is a learning for UAE, you feel, from this Asia Cup?
Now look, they've been one of the strong points for UAE. When you look at, we spoke about this in the comm box, just because the other part of your body is a bit of a weakness, you need to concentrate on that rather than forget the strengths. That's how I would look at it. Because if they fire, and that is something which we also spoke about in the mid-show, that if the openers fire, maybe they make things easier for the middle order, which has not been the stronger suit for them. So for me, I would, if I was Lalchand Rajput or someone else, you would be concentrating on getting or shoring up that middle order, making sure that they're up to the standards that you expect, because there's no point in having great starts and allowing the advantage to fritter away. And also what works for them, if something is working for them, don't try and change it, is what I would look at it, because they average around 49 as an opening pair. And imagine if they had got 49, 50, 60 runs, which is what we expected, which is what we all three spoke about in that mid-show. Things could have been different. But unfortunately, the might of Pakistan bowling, the experience, everything coming into play, and they made sure that they snuffed out whatever little opportunity which UAE had.
Well, we'll have a look at that points table, because with this loss, unfortunately for UAE, it is the end of their Asia Cup. But
It's UAE.
UAE.
E square.
But the E square has come in
The
now.
mathematics-
We're going
mathematical
to get
genius
into
has
some
come out.
science and maths. It's too late for us right now. Congratulations, Pakistan. We'll stick to how well they have done today and come under pressure and done exactly what they have to do. But next up, they will be facing India. And India and Pakistan, lot has been spoken about, just the hype around it. But it's also this rivalry has kind of become one-sided now. So for Pakistan going into this game, do you feel they'll also just take the confidence from this game and want to remember the positives?
Well, they have to take the confidence from this game, because the way they played against India earlier on in the tournament, that won't give them any confidence. It was a very easy victory for India. They didn't have to break a sweat. As far as Pakistan are concerned, we've spoken about this rivalry over the last 5-7 years. In terms of sporting levels, it's not a rivalry.
Yes.
I'm not saying Pakistan can't beat India. Pakistan can beat India on a good day that Pakistan have. But 8 times out of 10, you expect India to win. So it's not really a rivalry.
And also now, Karthik, they will be playing full member nations. So that also adds that the competition is going to be much more. So what are the tick marks they need to have a look at once they get into the next big game?
I think the big thing is their start. I think they do back Saim Ayub, but Saim Ayub hasn't come
So
good
you see
so
him
far.
playing in the next game as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? If you're picking him, I know Rohan felt that he should be given a break, but the thing is his bowling is so handy. And you would still want him to come good. Again, it's not as if he's completely bereft of confidence right now. He's bowling well, so that should give him a lot of confidence. It's a question of one game. If it clicks, it clicks. And also somebody like Saibzada Farhan, who's the go-getter, who's the dasher, he needs to come good. And they need to find that balance between caution and aggression, because these are not the kind of tracks which are not roads.
Yes.
It's not the Abu Dhabi to Dubai road, which you just plant your front foot and start hitting. They've been tricky surfaces. So you need to find a game plan to make sure that you get to a target which is challenging enough for the opposition. Because look, as Rohan said, India, yes, on paper they're very strong. On maybe if you look at form, they are very strong. But on a given day, just like the other teams give you a run for the money, if some of the Pakistani batters or one bowler has a field day, then India could also be struggling. And it's the case for any other team. So that is something which Pakistan or India or any other team need to believe in, that we have these kind of players and they need to come good. But since you asked about Pakistan, they would be very worried about the way their openers have started, because Salman Ali Agha, in all the games that he has played, it's not as if he's gone at run a ball. Even today, he was less than run a ball. So it's very important that they make sure that the openers give a start. And I was a bit surprised. I know I'm a huge Fakhar Zaman fan and I would like him to come up the order, but not at the cost of Mohammad Haris being pushed shunted down the order. So again, though they have to weigh up those options, but for starters, it's the opening combo.
So the opening combination and the batting changes is something which Karthik's talking about. The bowling seems to be doing all right.
The bowling seems to be like a well-oiled machine. Yes, they've now got the
They've got Haris Rauf in as well.
Yeah, I know they've got the options of fiddling around with, like, you talk about a batting order, a bowling order.
Yes.
Which in Ayub opening the bowling over here, he's come after the power play, so they've got those options. So look, bowling seems very well settled. And given the tracks that we've seen, I think it's a very, very handy bowling lineup.
You think they'll still go ahead with Kushdil and not make too many changes around for the next game?
Again, very, very early to say that, because what is it? We are on the 17th, the game's on the 21st. India will be playing Oman in between.
Yes.
And again, if conditions have cooled down a bit, you don't know what 21 on day 21 is going to have, or sorry, the 21st is going to have. So if it's cooler, do they look at it differently? Because the ball did seam around quite a bit. It also spun. So if the conditions are a lot cooler, do they think of bringing in the extra seamer? Will India think of bringing in somebody as good as Arshdeep, who's not made it to the playing 11. So again, we've got a few days to wait and watch.
Well, few days to wait and watch, but tomorrow is a big day because Sri Lanka and Afghanistan take on each other. So again, it is a knockout game. It's going to be an exciting game. What is also exciting is Murli Karthik thinks that he has an answer to Mr. Joy Factor's question. So I'm going to have a look at that question. You go for it because I saw that smile on your face because you think you've got that answer.
No, so look, I just got a bit excited because I only went by the last name, Nasum Ahmed. And I know that he bowled the first over and got a wicket of the first ball. So maybe there is something. And you know how I have blinkers when I see Joy's question. So I just got excited for 2 seconds. I don't know whether it's right or not. He's the man who's the intelligent one.
It's time to get those blinkers off. We'll have a look at that answer now because things are changing. Bowler to take wickets of their first ball of a team innings.
Too good, partner.
Well done there.
Even a stuck watch shows time right twice in a day. That is the case with me.
You are the winner. Murli Karthik
He's just
is
being
the
modest.
winner. He's being
I'm not being modest. I'm telling you what it is. You know how quickly I turn my face away as soon as I see his questions.
Well, if I could go and put your name in that plate, I would do it because I know how much this answer means to you. But let's have a look at the winner besides Murli Karthik and see who has gotten the joy factor. Sudhir Barola has gotten this correct. Sudhir's name has come in quite a few times. So well done, Sudhir. You share today's victory with Mr. Murli Karthik. Well, there are other people in the studio who share their victories, but there's one person who got a bullseye. Let's have a look at that.
We've all shared victories today, but bullseye for you, well done.
So it's funny that this time around, during the course of the Asia Cup, the two presenters have got bullseye.
Yeah, it's very surprising, but I don't move.
No, I just want to have a look at it again.
You've moved up above Harsha.
Have I? Can we please have a look at it again?
If you want to look at it again, it means you have.
14 points. I was at 6 points something.
Yeah. Can you have a look at it?
Gawa is at number 2. Oh my word.
Ooh. You're now from
I'm happy to be there.
Simon Dooley doesn't lose anything. So
yeah, so
he'll only stay at 25.
He'll only stay there, which is tough.
Which is tough to stay at number 2 together.
Simon's not going to come back. But the thing is, you look at it, there should be a minimum number of games. It's like minimum number of balls to get that award. So similarly, minimum number of games to be on the top tier.
Yeah, but you never know. Simon comes back comes to change things around on the points table because on our prediction games because we know how important it is. So Simon, we're waiting for you to come back and add some spice to this competition. We'll see if that happens. But today has been a very, very long, dramatic day. It had a script which I don't think any Bollywood writer would also write. So there was lots of drama today.
But also kudos to UAE who didn't protest and who didn't make a fuss about it. They just waited it out and they came and played. So you have to doff your hats to them as well for doing it. Otherwise, they could have also gone and said, why are we waiting? Why are different yardsticks for different people? They could have also said all those things, but well done to UAE.
Well done to UAE, and we hope to see much more of them, especially with the way they've gone about and played things. Hopefully come in the big IPL, some names come in, something we spoke about, Rohan. Yeah. So hopefully we see some names coming in that just helps promote the game in UAE as well.
Well, absolutely. I mean, and when you look at the UAE team, you look at 2 or 3 players who have an outside chance of coming in. Mohammad Wasim, he represents, I think, the Mumbai franchise in the IL T20. So, my Emirates. So, I mean, if he does well there, then they obviously, you've got scouts looking at these players. So, hopefully they'll get a few opportunities.
Well, Karthik, I don't know if you've got your backpack with your sleeping bag here, but Rohan and I decided that we're going to get sleeping bags because we might as well, right? Why should we leave this lovely studio? All of you all can sleep in your comfortable beds because we will be back very, very soon. An exciting game tomorrow, Sri Lanka versus Afghanistan. So we will see you all at 7:30 tomorrow. Thank you, Rohan.
Thank you
so much, Karthik. We will be back, all 3 of us, at 7:30. So see you all there. Good night and goodbye.